Take this, old man! Oh boy, it's that time of the year again. What am I talking about? It's Valentine's Day, and what better gift to give this year than a good old Pokemon? Just recently, I was watching the newly released Pokemon Arceus, and not gonna lie, it looks fabulous.
Wait! There it is! Now it has flames!
Kinda reminds me of Genshin Impact because my wife plays it. Fair disclaimer, I don't play Genshin Impact. I never made it to level 60. I never made it past the first stage. In fact, I never made it past the character creation screen. I was stuck because I couldn't choose a name. How is that possible? Anyway, Arceus reminded me of Genshin, so I thought, ooh, maybe I can get it for my wifey and charm her into playing this since, you know, even garbage can. The only problem is, I didn't have a Nintendo Switch, and this might sound like a rant, but what the hello Nintendo? Why are you making it so hard for fans to play your best game? No offense Mario, but Pokemon is better. It was then that I remembered, we both installed a variant of Pokemon on our phones some time ago. Pokemon Go, also known as Pogo. So I overheard some friends talking about how Valentine's event in Pogo was all sweet and neat. So I thought, why not? Pokemon hunting on Valentine's Day? Sweet! Gotta catch 'em all, am I right? Except, I suck at Pogo. Let's be clear, I have never played Pokemon in my life. Ever. Not gonna lie, when Pogo came out years ago, I laughed at all my friends that were playing it. Walking in groups during midnight hunting for pets? So gay! Conquering gyms and defending them? Why not go to a real gym, you pussy? I swore I wouldn't touch Pokemon Go even if that was the last game on Earth. And I bet you expect me to keep to my promise, am I right? Wrong. Fast forward a couple of years today. Today is the day. Today is the day I eat my words. Today, I go hunting. I immediately texted my friend to ask for some Pogo tips because, you know, that's what friends are for, right? You know that Pokemon Go Valentine's event?
Yeah, what about it?
Hey, how to get the rare Pokemon, huh?
Thought you didn't play.
Well, yeah, but it's Valentine's Day. I want to catch it for my wifey. Can you help?
What's in it for me?
I help you find a girl? Well damn, so much for BFFs. Oh well, time to go out and try my luck. So I drive out in search of raids or whatever they call it. Bear in mind, the only recent Pogo players around me are some old dudes that frequent this coffee shop near my place because apparently it's a high-level gym or a Pokestop. I don't know, I just heard about it. So I walk into the coffee place with my best disguise and scan the area just like one of those Terminators. Aha! There they were! An old uncle and auntie were seated at a corner, and judging from the amount of power banks and mobile phones on the table, I knew I was right. The Kung Fu master trainers were all out with their guns blazing. It was my chance to leech off these pros. So I approached them and tried to break the ice a little. Uncle, are you playing Pokemon Go there? 你是谁呀? Huh? That sounds awfully hostile, old Gramps. Hi, auntie. 你也在玩吗? No, I don't need to. My husband catches them for me. That's his job. I just use my son's credit card to buy stuff if I need to. What the fuck? These two were legendary. I mean, aside from the smelly hole of a mouth old Gramps had, I could tell these two were the real deal.
Look at that old geezer over there. Let's take his gym. But isn't that old man Ash?
More like old man Cash. Look at his army. Shut up, you two. I'm about to turn him into old man trash. Take this, old man!
Nonsense. Go! Wailord!
Oh, Wailord?
They don't call me the whale without fail for nothing.
Anyway, I got myself a drink and sat nearby watching their every move. Minutes later, old man Grumpy said,
Walpole, it's time.
and I blurted out, "Time for a raid?"
No, time for my medicine.
I cursed under my breath, embarrassed and pissed off. Not like I didn't see that coming, but seriously, the kind auntie looked up and smiled. "You play Pokemon too?" I nodded ferociously, saying it's my first time playing a Pogo event and I'm a total noob. "Come join us for this raid, young man." At that moment, my heart burst with joy. "Thank you, mommy." Eventually, the raid was a success and I got myself a nice little puppy. Thanks, old Gramps with the smelly mouth. So later in the evening, I got home feeling like a champion that I was, and I told my wife about the legendary encounter. I then asked her, "Hey dear, I thought you played Pokemon Go, right? Wanna play me?"
I quit long ago. Come, dear, let's play Genshin. They have some sweet Valentine's events. You don't want to play with me?
Huh? I thought you still loved Pogo? But you quit?
Yeah, any problem?